Okay, hello everyone. We're back. Welcome to the next round of CTL semifinals. Oh, change the name, Blue. Uh, of the match, but it'll be between the University of Toronto versus Purdue University, an American school versus a Canadian school. Always very hype. And I'm joined here by.
What's up? I'm Ethanol. I'm still here commentating. This is going to be a much more interesting match. Seed 2 and Seed 3, it's going to be about as close as you can get, so I think we'll be having some very intense nail-biting matches here.
Yeah, UFT, I think, second place in CTL for 2 years in a row so far. So yeah, and still the second seed, so definitely a very strong team with history. And yeah, Purdue also third place last year and the third seed this year. So both teams are extremely strong, and we can definitely expect Purdue to put up a really good fight, despite the fact that they are slightly lower in seeding. And yeah, we're kind of just waiting for players to join the room.
Yeah, already I can see some of the demons coming in that I know, like Kiwi, RKY, Neppy. Oh boy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can talk about the teams a little bit. So, UFT's has like the strongest players in this current match. RKY, a top 60 player in the world, I believe, or yeah, top 50 player in the world. And you also have Meppy, who is seriously underranked, and Kiwi Anime, who's also really strong at 23.8. Purdue is a little bit more of a well-rounded team. They have everyone on their roster is X rank, close to mid X usually. And so that will be an interesting dynamic to see whether, like the X ranks on Purdue can really like fight the stronger players on UFT, and how they'll match up against the weaker players on UFT as well.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot more of that dynamic drafting from UFT. Looks like we are waiting right now for the blind pick.
Yeah, okay, if I had to guess, I'm assuming UFT would probably throw out Potaflow first, just to get a feel for the match. Because Potaflow is the only U rank on UFT, so it'd be just, if you lose the match, you get counter picks, and that leaves you with a lot of strong players that you can pick with. And if I were Purdue, I'd maybe, since they're all kind of close in rank, I'd probably fill out with like a decently strong player. Okay, looks.
Speaking of which, I see Lemon Tea writing in chat saying that he's going to send himself first, which, is he lying or not? Bit of a psychological warfare tactic that might be in case any UFT players are watching the stream.
Yeah, and it will be Meppy versus Ayas to start. Meppy, okay, while only 21.6 TR, and so around mid to high U, is way stronger than their TR would suggest. Meppy, an extremely experienced player with a lot of skill, and this will definitely be an uphill matchup for IS.
For sure. Getting into the warm-up here. Both players starting off with identical TKI, heading off into identical second bank LST.
Yeah,
Looks like IS has the
faster.
more perfected LST though.
Definitely a little bit faster here. Though has the slight misshop on their board. They'll break Surge to get a big send over to Meppy, but doesn't. Oh, misshop of the O. That's gonna prove fatal.
Ooh, really unfortunate there.
Yeah, that'll be Meppy taking the warm up there. So both players definitely have LST in their bag. IS faster even, though. Let's just see how they can kind of rein in a little bit of their speed and maybe misdrop less. So just to try to play a bit more consistently. Yeah, looks like we'll be hopping right into it.
Alright, I honestly have no idea how this is gonna go.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, immediate mischop opener there from Meppy.
Maybe I do know how to. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, IS kind of just setting a bit of pressure. I'm playing at 3.5 PPS right now, and now I'm going to just tank and do a bit of a counter spike for 14.
Yeah, and Neppy had to tank all that cheese. Oh, and the misdrop. That's really bad. That is a very unfortunate misdrop. You hate to see it.
Yeah, and IS taking the first round, getting Purdue on the board immediately. Now starting off with this, probably MS2 opener, and Meppy starting off with a PC.
And this time it's Yes's turn to misdrop and for Meppy to capitalize. I guess for a reaction, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
Okay, both players starting off with this TKI. Meppy into a more of a flexible stack, but converts it right back into LST, but then converts it out of LST.
What is that? TPST from Meppy DC. Crazy save.
Yeah, incredible stuff. And yes, kind of just, yeah, looking to open up as well. Has to break Surge to do it though, and is going to just probably try to tank and get down from this position.
Absolutely. It's a bit of an awkward stack right now, but is cleaning it up and makes it to the garbage just in time. Meppy DC, oh, that's another bad misdrop. Looks like they were just about to get their own back-to-back started going again. And now with a bit of a bad Chi parity, yes, sending the cheese over. That's a little bad for Meppy DC. It's gonna have a lot to dig through, but yes, doesn't really look like they're in a position to capitalize at the moment, and Meppy DC will make it out.
Yes, very low on the board, trying to put on the pressure onto Meppy DC's board. Meppy looking for options there and just didn't have enough pieces or enough room to work with. Now it'll be IS taking another round. Once again, TKI from both players.
Ooh, they both go on a second different bag, but they still end up with the LST. Meppy DC already with a misdrop on the side. And now, that misdrop is starting to have its accumulative effects on his board while Ayes tries to send him up, but sending cheese back, and now Ayes is forced to downstack. Very smart play from Meppy DC. Looks like Ayes finally gets to the clean garbage, and they are about to start upstacking again as fast as they can.
Yes, now at the bottom of the board, choosing to tank a little bit of this cheese from Meppy. Didn't have great pieces, and now is going to have to downstack this eventually, though with 8 back-to-back, might choose to just greed for this surge build-up. Looks like they're doing so, and then breaks finally.
Oh, but Meppy DC with a very nice defensive play there, and yes, got counter-spiked.
Right. And it looks like, yeah, both players once again starting off with this TKI, and Meppy choosing to convert it into a bit of a 5-4 stack. Guys, find some really creative T-Spin donations there. Yes, just going to continue this LST. Oh yeah.
Oh, and big spike, breaking the surge at the right time. But yes, it manages to survive and is now sending it all back.
Yeah, it was just kind of an unfortunate misshot from Meppy. Couldn't follow up on that spike damage, and that let Ayes get out. And now has a bit of an awkward stack now.
Breaking the back-to-back there. Not quite gonna take Yes out. But Yes is at the top of his board, struggling to find options as he has to skim his way out of all of this. But he does make it through the clean garbage. And now Meppy DC is the one who has to find the out. Oh, bad team misdrop, but immediate fix. Very snappy.
Yeah, Meppy with the great pressure sequence right now. Yes, caught at the top of the board, though does find a nice 11 spike, but doesn't have great pieces to follow up. Kind of struggling right now.
Yes, in a really bad position, and Meppy DC managed to capitalize with a 9-0 stack.
Okay, yeah, the rounds are kind of just swinging back and forth. Neither one with too much of an advantage just yet. And once again, both players with TKI. Extremely comfortable with this very popular opener. Oh, bad misdrop.
Meppy with another misdrop. Meppy seems to be misdropping these openers quite a lot.
Yeah, it's just something that Yes has been exploiting, and all power to you. Yes, now finally going through this MS2 setup in the middle into a 16 spike.
Ooh, found the garbage into a really nice looking cut copy and is now going to go for more back-to-back stacking.
Yeah, yes, now with 11 back-to-back. and is going to break though, and now it's going to counter spike by Meppy.
Absolutely. Meppy fighting back really strongly against the spike. And looks like yes is going to get topped up there.
Yeah, just yeah, great stuff from Meppy there, finding what they needed. Yes seems to have misheld, and now has a misdrop of the opener. Just wow, everything fell apart in 7 seconds. Great stuff there from Meppy to punish.
Yeah, got the beautiful TKI PC. Love to see it. Alright. Whoa, that is a really neat follow-up for the what's that opener called? I forget.
Good question. I probably wasn't paying attention, sorry. But Meppy now with this really clean stack in the middle, choosing the down stack, and is going to not be able to put that much pressure on. Yes, though, really cheesed up, though. Can't find a way out in time, and that will be Meppy taking yet another one.
Alright, and we are at match point with Meppy having quite the comfortable lead. Yes is really gonna have to dig deep and pull something out here.
Yeah,
oh no,
yes.
Let's drop on the SDPC spin.
Yeah, yes pushed all the way to the top of the board right now. Just found a really nice well open though into a good amount of pressure. But Meppy, the one dictating the pace right now, almost a full PPS faster. And is sending a lot of garbage over to IES's board, and is going to just continue the pressure. Now is forced to downstack a little bit.
Absolutely, we can see Meppy is playing super confidently right now, considering they are in a great, and that is going to be game for Uoft, taking game 1.
Yeah, just a bad misdrop at the top of the board there for IES. I think hug an L piece and just couldn't really get out of that position. And yeah, we definitely saw a huge amount of pressure coming out from Meppy and able to, kind of shut down what IS was trying to do in the mid game.
Yeah, that was a pretty great showing.
Yeah, certainly. It will be Purdue counterpicking on UFT's current blind pick. Let's see what UFT chooses to do. Yeah, but this does still leave a lot of very strong players on UFT. Kiwi Anime, RKY, all very strong, and Group are all very talented players. And yeah, now they are going to be forced to pick next. It might be part of the strategy and what they're looking for. If they want to kind of sack this, they can choose to do so and get counter pick next. If you just play a really strong player, Purdue is going to have a hard time matching up regardless, so we'll see.
Yeah, still quite a lot of strong players left. I am absolutely looking forward to seeing them throw down. And it looks like Kiwi Anime is going up next.
Yeah, okay, Kiwi Anime, an extremely strong player, 23.8 right now, so that is probably close to X+, if not X+ outright.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got that Z rank. Unranked question.
Oh yeah. So this is a question for Purdue. What do they choose to do here? Kiwi Anime is the second best player on UFT, so you could choose to sack here, or maybe try to get an upset with someone like Lemon T. Lemon T of about the same caliber as Kiwi Anime in terms of TR. So could be an interesting matchup. Okay, we'll be sending Epic Ewick, number 1. Yeah, one of the better, a solid player from Purdue, 22.8, so definitely no slouch, but definitely fighting a pretty big uphill battle here, about a 1,000 TR difference between the two.
Yeah, and at this high level, a 1,000 TR difference is pretty significant, but The TR can only speak so much. We will see how Epic does.
Certainly.
Getting into the warm-up here. Epic going with reliable TSD. He would love to see it. And QE Anime already starting out with this very aggressive and fast upstack. As I say that, having a bit of hesitation, finding a nice Z-spin.
So it's kind of an awkward spin. Doesn't have any good follow-ups. It's forced to break there, and now kind of just down stacking and skimming a little bit. Going to eventually find a way through the stack, and Epic is now the one to put on a huge amount of pressure. 20 spike coming out. Oh no, 25 return.
But QE Anime firing back with a 25 spike. That is
Wow.
That's actually crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't think like do 20 spikes even mean anything anymore. Honestly, it just feels like, oh yeah, that's like the whole board with garbage, but also thanks for the free garbage.
Yeah, I mean at this kind of level, 20 spikes honestly are just kind of run of the mill. Epic finding a really nice 20 spike, but QB Enemy's responding with something even bigger. Now into the match, Epic gets the PC.
Ooh, and Epic still going with this Blitz gameplay, finds another PC. What on earth? Is this about to talk about QE Anime? What?
No way.
Blitzing in Season 2. What? Oh my goodness.
Okay. I mean, in
crazy, bro.
Fast enough, it's still OP. But damn.
For sure,
Incredible stuff from Epic there, yeah. And then Kiwi, probably not going to be taken by surprise like that again. And is now going to play into this floating T-spin mid-game big dash stack combo.
I'm sure the ancestors of Blitz are smiling down upon Epic right now.
I can think of at least one player who is extremely happy at this. Shout out to Bad Goblin. Anyways. Yeah, Kiwi Anime having a bit of a floating skim there that they needed to get rid of, gets through it successfully, and now have a really clean board if they can work their way through this, and they will do so successfully.
Oh, another 20 spike from Kiwi Anime. They seem to be doing that a little more. Oh no, and Epic with one Nino over his garbage well. Very unfortunate position.
Yeah, was greeting for a T-spin single donation, but just got punished in like almost immediately. It's a bad position to be caught in. Once again, this reliable TSD from Epic into a big 11 spike into a fractal. But yeah, Kiwi seems to be just fine.
Yeah, who will win? LST versus Reliable. Looks like, Epic having to throw a lot of pieces to the side, having quite an unfortunate queue there. And Kiwi Anime is now starting to get this back-to-back, had a huge well to work off with. 20 spike just from stacking quickly and sending attacks. And another 20 spike, but Epic manages to survive, barely hanging by the skin of his teeth, finds another quad, but closes off the well.
Epic is hanging on for dear life right now, trying to look for something. It just eventually got caught out just from all that pressure from Kiwi Anime. It proves irresistible after some point, but great survival skills nonetheless from Epic.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, I guess if you send enough 20 spikes, one of them's gonna kill.
Yeah, Epic right now gets a really nice count of 4 open with the 10 spike follow-up. Kiwi much further behind on the surge right now, but gets a really clean down stack, and Epic spikes kind of just goes into the wind there, not meaning that much.
Yeah. But what we just saw right there was the beauty of reliable TSD, because you can immediately go into a very simple pattern stack of 6-3, and then typically you'll have a very clean board, so you can probably down stack the garbage. Shout out to Carriage.
Yeah, Epic managing to find the round there after a great pressure sequence. Epic, once again with this reliable TSD, and Kiwi seems to have been waiting for a second, chose to tank that garbage, and now going into this great back-to-back sequence for a 30 spike! Forget 20 spikes! Forget about 20 spikes, this is way more.
1.5 boards of garbage, that is, oh my, how do you handle that?
Yeah, Epic kind of just getting caught there. Nothing you could really do with that much in your garbage queue. Once again with this reliable TSD, Kiwi now has to skim out of this a little bit.
Oh, but a bad misdrop on the reliable, and now Epic is on the defensive. Finds a very nice quad multiplier out. Meanwhile, Kiwi Anime is still just building this big back-to-back, has to break it.
Yeah, now Epic, yeah, kind of just doesn't have a great board. Had to skim a little bit, kind of just work the pieces around, and now is in a better board state, but doesn't really have much garbage to work with anymore. And yeah, looks like Kiwi Anime is going to get out of this position. Oh, no, maybe not. Commentator's Curse? Oh.
Oh, the misdrop. Very unfortunate. Epic able to capitalize off of that right away. Epic is keeping it seriously close here. This matchup is going quite close.
And then immediatally misdrops the STSD setup, not for reliable. That seems to be okay, though. We're good.
Forget I said anything.
All good. It seems like Epic has just converted into a really nice mid-game position. Kiwi, great cancel and tank there. Now going to try to put on this pressure. It's a bit eye-dependent, but is going to try to fix their board, and will do so successfully.
Oh, beautiful spins and finds from Kiwi Anime there. Okay, I have a theory for commentators first. Like, I believe that there's actually like some sort of natural rhythm and flow to the gameplay where the board state or like the advantage position will change roughly, I don't know, maybe every like 5 seconds, which is just enough time for the commentator to recognize that there is a certain state of the game, then commentate on it, and then in that moment it will immediately change.
Yeah, that actually sounds reasonable. And wow, okay, huge amount of pressure here from Kiwi Anime. Epic, once again, just caught in a position where you can't really cancel, no pieces to work with, and no well to work with. Epic with this SDPC opener. Are they going to try to blitz again? No, they already were. Wait, no, they got it.
PC anyways, what?
That's crazy, but no good follow-ups because, you know, parity issues and all that.
I thought they almost had a second PC there. But I to Espen, I think. Oh no, but that's a really bad misdrop. Oh, and they were just one piece away. Kiwi Anime finding a 2-point lead for the first time in this entire set.
Yeah, it's been close so far. Let's see if Epic can respond well once again with this SDPC. Tried and true. Goes for the DPC setup, though it's already sent garbage, so won't be able to exploit second PC. There's a T-spin setup for their troubles, but Kiwi Anime now has an amazing pressure sequence.
Oh, struggling just a little bit to find that S-spin, but finds it in time, and now has this huge garbage well. This is insanely huge for Kiwi Anime. That is just, oh my, what?
4 PPS, 260 APM game.
Holy crap, man. Oh,
that's
that LST garbage was like directly a blessing from the Tetru gods. I mean, what do you even do against that? That's just unfair.
Yeah, no, Kiwi Anime definitely paid Osk there, because there's no other reasonable explanation. Oh no, but now bad misdrops. 22 spike coming out. Oh no.
22 spike.
Epic is caught in a bad position, and that will be Kiwi Anime cleaning it up. A 7-3 victory. Definitely an impressive showing from both players, actually, though. Epic, like, solid start there to the match. Definitely keeping it really close, but Kiwi eventually kind of found their rhythm, kind of found their footing, and now that will be 2 straight sets for the University of Toronto, and it will be U Toronto picking next.
For sure, yeah. I think Kiwi Anime just looked super confident there at the end. Maybe it was that 2-point lead that let them ease up and feel a little less tense.
Certainly. And now Podaflow, the UFT captain and the only U rank on the A-team roster, now sent out, and Purdue has to find a response here. They do kind of need the set, but if they do win this, that will mean UFT controls the counter picks for the final two matches. So it's kind of a tough position.
Looks like Potato is up next. I wonder who they're going to counter pick. It looks like TR-wise that. Wait, maybe TR-wise?
Probably mission failed, basically.
Yes, TR-wise.
Yeah, TR-wise.
TR-wise, they are all higher, so It looks like they are going to be able to send pretty much whoever they want. Yeah, I think you're right. They probably will send Mission Failed out.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Tilvit, an extremely strong player, so is Lemon Tea, and yeah, it will be Mission Failed coming out. Epic has declared it so. Apparently.
There we go. There's Mission Failed.
Okay, Mission Failed does need probably a sweep here or better. Or I mean, you can't get better than a sweep, but like like you want something close, just because the point differential is going to matter a lot for the next two upcoming matches, because UFT still has RKY on the board, and
Absolutely.
yeah, that's going to be tough.
Mission Failed is quite an interesting player, I would say. I know he's a very big plonker, and I think you can immediately tell that by his stats. He's at 22.4k with 97 APM and 1.8 PPS.
Yeah, Mission Failed though might struggle against stronger plonkers, based on experience. So this could be something Photoflow can exploit. Maybe with very careful, methodical gameplay. So that seems to be the approach Mission Failed is taking, actually. Playing this slow, playing this very carefully. This warm-up.
Yeah. Okay, Potato breaking the back-to-back. Mission Failed is gonna handle that no problem, bro.
Yeah, Mission Failed in a great position right now. Gets a little bit of counterattack pressure, but Photoflow tanks it really well and now has a great board state to boot. Big spike coming over. Mission Failed pushed all the way to the top. Ooh, got caught.
Just barely not making it out there. Hesitated for just a little too long.
Yeah, great stuff there from Photoflow. Catching Mission Failed, was trying to set up for a T-spin double, but it got caught, one piece too late, and got spiked out. So yeah, hopping right into the actual match.
Both players starting off with identical TKI again, and going for the same donation. Mission Failed though, accepted the garbage first, as you can expect from a plonker. Potato has a fractal setup, and Mission Failed is definitely going to accept that, but Potato very smartly breaking his back-to-back there, sending a little extra, which Mission Failed was probably not expecting, as well as filling up his board with a little bit of cheese, and then on top of that, the unfortunate misdrop was able to do Mission Failed in.
Yeah, Photoflow starting off with a perfect clear here. Mission Failed though, tanking it smartly, and it's going to get this nice counter for... Oh, chooses Skim out of it actually. And now is very low on the board, very safe. Photoflow a little bit higher up, and is going to need to get out of this position, and will do so successfully with that well open.
Mission Failed heading this LST, but has to end it not quite so ideally. Potato with a big spike. And Mission Failed is going to be struggling a bit to open up as well, but right as I say that he does it, so never mind.
Yeah, great pressure now coming out from Mission Failed, playing at 2.89 PPS almost, so definitely doesn't need to rely solely on Plonk, an extremely talented defensive player on their own right. And now is on the back foot a little bit though, but has great pieces to boot and a stack to accommodate.
Absolutely, finding a very nice sequence there. And now has this clean garbage to use.
Yeah, okay, the flow state of the game now seems to be in Mission Failed's court, and now big spike coming over, Photoflow caught out of position with the misdrop.
Really unfortunate misdrop there. I think Potato was also hesitating quite a lot since he had a setup that required two T pieces to pull off, but had no T's in Q.
Okay, Mission Failed really low on the board. Photoflow is trying to stack up a little bit, though. Okay, is going to get the lucky well, and now has an opportunity for just, I guess, skims. Okay, he's going to skim out of that position.
Looks like Potato is doing a bit of experimenting with these all spins here, seeing what sticks. Meanwhile, Mission Failed finds a pretty well-timed spike because Potato's board is looking a little rough right now, and T-spin quad almost
incredible
popping out
down stack.
Potato. He is barely hanging on. Oh, but has a little bit of a hole in his stack, and oh, that O piece is very unfortunate cube there. He was very close to making it out, but Mission Fail is going to be able to capitalize here.
Alright, mission failed. Choosing to wait for a second there and just cancel what Potaflow was sending. Potaflow now trying to put the pressure on a little bit, but Mission Fail seems to be responding really well, just canceling and keeping their board low and safe.
Ooh, beautiful S-spin triple from Potato with the underhand kick notch. I love those. Those are like one of my favorite spins. Mission's got a big 19 spike. Potato finding the cancels.
Potaflow up on the board right now. Those managed to find their way down, and Mission failed. Now the one with bad misdrops. Wait, nice 180 from Mission failed, but it's just not enough. Too little, too late, and that will be Potaflow taking a second round here, tying it back up at 2-2.
Again, another surprisingly close match considering the TR gap. I think Potaflow might be another one of UFT's underbanked players.
Oh, it's certainly appearing so. Oh, bad S misdrop in the middle, though. This could be fixable, though. And yeah, Potaflow managed to find a nice solution. It's still eye dependent right now, though. And no, it's gonna get caught.
Don't you hate it when you like find a beautiful fix to your misdrop and then you immediately misdrop right away?
Oh yeah, 100%. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Personally, I never experienced that because I never find a beautiful fix in the first place.
I respect it. Yeah, mission failed here. Just going to clear with this 9-0 and going to get a T-spin single. Potaflow with a much more aggressive stack with a lot of attack potential. So kind of shooting to slow down the pace
was
now.
looking for the spin there.
Now Potaflow kind of just working through their stack, trying to skim out, get a bit more of an open mission. Mission failed though, tanking the garbage smartly, had a cut copy-esque setup, and now has a very clean stack for attack.
Yeah, it looks like Potato was struggling a little bit to find these pattern stacks. Mission failed, now finally getting into a flow of his own. Beautiful forecasted T-spin, but I think he broke the back-to-back a little early there.
And Potaflow now has a bit of an awkward, but finds a really nice spin fix though, and is going to get out. Opens up the well into this nice down stack, and has T-spin setups to boot, but oh, gets greedy. Covers up the well underneath, and might get punished for this, and that will be the case.
Still a very close set, but Mission failed finally takes the first 2-point lead. Oh, and that's a very relatable misdrop from Potato. I do that all the time.
Yeah, just a misdrop of the T. Kind of need to go somewhere else. Does have it well open though, and it's probably going to be okay after this. It's a bit of a greedy T-spin, but it's going to be just fine and gets a nice down stack.
Very nice all spins from Potato there.
I mean, certainly, but mission failed right now with this gorgeous board for a 24 spike. Just too much for Potaflow to handle.
Oh,
It'll be mission failed taking a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, Potato just really wasn't in the best position to accept there.
Failed with this TKI up, and it's now going to just transfer it over, clear the well, and now it's going to be a bit safer. Potaflow kind of struggling to find anything really.
I think Potato was considering that donation for just a little bit. Oh, beautiful count to 4s from Potato. Oh, and I think he meant to place the T. One more Nino to the left so he could do an S-spin.
Unfortunate there. Mission failed with a clean board. Choosing to cancel what Potaflow sent actually. It now is going to probably just set up here. Has a really clean stack for the 7-2. into follow-up pressure.
Oh, still more 9-0 garbage from Mission Failed. Right where he wants it. And it's going to be a huge spike from Mission Failed. 1.5 boards of garbage, but Potato manages to survive it.
Yeah, had a really clean stack and open well there. Perfect conditions to be surviving a massive spike. Dayflow masterfully navigates that position and is now the one putting pressure onto Mission Failed. Mission Failed cheesed up and needs to find some sort of solution to the stack.
Potato finding more of these creative all spins to deal with his back to find a way to continue his back-to-back. Looks like it might have to end here though.
Dayflow now really clean garbage on their board though. Mission Failed is similar though. Does kind of need to open up. Oh, bad misdrop there from Potato. It's going to take a while to fix.
And he is out again. Both players looks like they're trying to get started on their back-to-back again. Mission Failed and Potato seem to have equal board states. Right as I say that, Potato has an O piece over his garbage well, and it's looking really precarious. Finds the 2 rotation all spin with the L piece.
Yeah, Mission Failed's pressure just proving irresistible, and that will be a 6-2 lead on match point. Mission Failed wants to close this out soon. Purdue needs every point they can.
Oh no, another very relatable MS2 misdrop from Potato. Trying to spin in the wrong piece there, and that is going to be game for Mission Failed. One more on the board for Purdue.
Yeah, definitely a great early performance there from Potato, but I think as Mission Failed kind of found his rhythm, once again, just, it eventually it became kind of like a very dominant playstyle. Potato couldn't really find like a good kill option. And now Purdue is on the board to pick next. They kind of need they need a win soon, and because they are still down in points, and Uoft still has RKY on the back foot, still well in reserve.
Yeah, they have their gun in their pocket. They're just waiting to draw it out.
Okay, Purdue will pick Tilvit.
Tilvit.
Oh, Tilvit.
I see Lemon T has been writing me next a few times in the chat. I think he's really itching to go, but not quite his turn yet. He will definitely I think he'll be very excited to be playing in the final round though. That is the exciting one. Because Cookie is not letting me play.
Understandable, and Uoft will pick Gruber. So Gruber about 400 TR above Tilvit, so not insignificant. Gruber definitely the stronger player, but Tilvit, it's close enough where Tilvit has a good shot at getting this upset.
Absolutely. I saw a few people actually before the match was starting writing Gruber sweep, so Gruber might be another underranked player. Which I would certainly believe as he's putting on this very aggressive upstack already. Caught out of position though, and TilVT is going to take the warm-up with 172 APM. Actually ridiculous stats. What on earth?
Yeah, as someone who has lost to Tilvit in an official CTL match, Tilvit is very good at finding just big spikes in ways where you just can't really find good responses to. And Gruber getting caught out of position there, just didn't have a great board state, didn't have great pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Given the points here, I think Gruber will probably be trying to play a little safer maybe, and just try and sustain the lead that Uoft has, so RKY can go in with that decisive match.
Yeah. The theme of the matches so far though is that like the underranked player can get very good early success, but eventually the stronger player finds a rhythm, finds a sequence, and just, kind of quote-unquote locks in. So we'll see if this match follows a similar pattern.
Some nice all-spins from Gruber, breaking the surge, and TilVT with a misdraw, very unfortunate at the top of their board. Is going to be topped out.
Right, Tilvit starting off with the slow DT cannon opener. Gruber with nothing really, just choosing to stack up this 5-4. And now Tilvit, the one forced to put on pressure. Gruber kind of just waiting, patient.
LVT with a really tall stack there. Isn't going to be able to make much out of it though. And now Gruber sending this very cheesy spike over. TilVT is absolutely cheesed up, and Gruber is probably going to try to find some pressure now, but is able to find the pressure, and that is going to be a top up for TilVIT.
Yeah, and Gruber taking a quick 2-0 lead here. Tilvit yet to get one on the board. Once again with the DT cannon. Definitely a older opener of a more civilized age. But, you know, still effective in this 2025 Trio Season 2.
Absolutely. I can see the DT main saluting TilVT for bringing DT all the way to high S.
Certainly. And now Tilvit kind of on the back foot, doesn't have great pieces, needs to open up this well soon. Needs to find something, and will do so eventually.
Gruber finding some ultimates, but doesn't seem to really head anywhere. But now he has this huge well. TILVIT looks like he's about to have to break his back-to-back. And huge Tony spike from Gruber. TILVT just barely able to survive there, and now has a big garbage well of his own. It is a 9-0 though. It'll be a little hard to capitalize off of.
Certainly. Now Tilvit with a big 15 spike, 20 to 21. Gruber pushed all the way up. Needs to find some desperation scams, and will do so successfully. Gets into a much better position. Is now the one putting on the pressure onto Tilvit. Tilvit cancels expertly though, and now both players in a relatively balanced position.
Absolutely, yeah. I gotta stop saying that word. I'm saying way too much.
Oh no, 28 spike from Gruber though. Fine, pushes Tilvit all the way up, and that'll be a 3-0 lead from Gruber to start.
Very nice openers from both players there. Making very good use of the garbage.
Yeah, Gruber now with 9-10 back-to-back, putting Tilvit at a disadvantage. Breaks the surge, but nothing too big. Tilvit can certainly deal with that. And now the one trying to put on pressure, but Gruber finds their way through their stack. Gets down into a safer position, but gets caught with the 180 spin necessary, and just Tilvit on the board.
Yeah, just barely not able to make it out there.
Looking for that. Yeah, just slowly taking their time.
Wait, the stream just died.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Okay, wait, we are back. Hello everyone. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Unless you are subscribed, you are probably watching an ad right now.
Damn. That's okay.
Okay, I will try to commentate from chat.
That's hilarious.
Wait, it's too late, it's too late. The ad's already over.
Okay. Well, welcome back, everyone. Yeah, so Tilvit is currently just trying to find a way through. Once again, has a really nice well open into follow-up pressure. Though Gruber... Oh, nice TST setup. Oh, but bad Z misdrop. And another O misdrop.
Oh, no. So many misdrops from Gruber right now. Finds the beautiful L-spin triple rotation in. Oh no, but that is a really unfortunate...
Wait, they're alive.
And he's out. He's barely...
Wait, no, never mind. We jinxed it.
I jinxed it. I'm so sorry, Gruber. That is 100% my responsibility. I should not have said anything until you were at least, like, I don't know, halfway below your board.
Yeah, this is certainly a set. Tilvit now, brings on a huge amount of pressure. Gruber great surge break there. It's going to almost be able to punish it. Tilvit keeping themselves alive barely.
Yeah, it seems like this short surge is working out quite well for both players whenever they're able to pull it off.
Gruber skimming all the way to the bottom of the... Oh, two bad eye placements, though. And it's going to just be forced into this 9-0 stack.
Has a bit of a misdraw. I think the nerves are definitely coming on to both players, as they both know how important it will be to win this match.
Yeah, Gruber could put it almost completely out of reach for Purdue if they win this. Tilvit needs to get Purdue a chance. Now, great 19 spike. You're either player in too much of a bad position. Aggressive stack there from Tilvit. He's gonna get rewarded for it.
Super greedy still though. Is gonna have to break back to back, but comes thundering down. Down stacking all the garbage in a split second. Gruber manages to live it though. However, his board state is looking a little rough right now, but is able to work with it just fine. I guess that's the X for you. As an SS player, I would die with that board.
100%. Even here, it would be extremely difficult to get out of. Gruber, both players actually showing their incredible offensive skills and capabilities. And now it's kind of up to Gruber to solve their board. Having to wait for the falling piece and is alive barely once again.
How did he get away with that, bro? That's gotta be some illegal.
That is daylight robbery. Oh.
Alright, looks like he's got sent to prison for that, I think.
Yeah, Tilvit finding a third round, tying it back up. Both players trading 3 straight rounds back and forth, and now it's anyone's game.
That counts as a T-spin. Alright, cool.
Yeah, creative stuff here coming out from both players. Tilvit now gets a nice down stack into a bit of a 14 spike. Nothing too crazy though, because Gruber down stacks it through it pretty successfully, has a clean well, is just gonna build up some attack. He'll do so.
Tilvit almost topping out Gruber, but Gruber managing to just barely survive and sent it all back. And now Tilvit is teased up on their board at the very top. That's an unlivable position. Maybe unless you're Vince HD.
Gruber, actually both players starting off at TKI, canceling each other's sends. Tilvit misdrops this V ball over the LFP, and so it's going to be forced to cancel out of it. And now to a bit of a mid-game skim.
Like Gruber trying to save his stack here. Oh, but he used an eyepiece to do it. Barely makes it out there. Oh, that just escaping by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, hanging on for dear life here. But now the one putting pressure onto Tilvit. Tilvit, though, really low, really safe. Neither player in a bad position. Just canceling each other's garbage, and there's very little garbage on either board right now.
Yeah, they're just playing volleyball with the spikes right now.
Ooh, big 20 spike.
Speaking of spikes, Tilvit sending a huge 20 spike to Gruber while Gruber is caught in a bad position, finds the out.
Oh,
but that's
no.
just barely not enough. I think they were just one piece away from living there.
Yeah, I had to make a lot of very compromising decisions. Eventually just got caught in a bad place. Gruber losing that to Tilvit. Tilvit's tying it back up. Tilvit with this DT cannon opener.
Ooh, that misdrop there for Tilvit. He was about to open up his garbage well. We were finding some very creative all-spins once again. You'd love to see it, but 2 eye dependencies, he is going to have to stack out of that. Thankfully, he had quite a reserve on the opposite side of his board to power stack. But now it looks like Both players are going to try and get their back-to-back ramping up again. Struggling a little bit though, just because of a lot of 5 high wells, which are really annoying.
Yeah, now on the back foot is Tilvit. Down 10 back-to-back. It's gonna be 11, but Tilvit looking for the spikes to maybe put enough pressure on to force Gruber to break. Gruber though, choosing to wait. Gets the mini J-spin for a 22 spike, a surge break. Oh, and bad J misdrop there from Tilvit. Still alive for now, and gets through it. Incredible stuff there from Tilvit.
That was crazy. My goodness. Can you imagine having like 22 back-to-back, breaking it, and then your opponent lives and sends it all back?
Yeah, now Tilvit once again with this DT cannon. Going to tank this next send from Gruber, and I'm going to try to look to downstack through this and get a counter spike.
Very nice awesomeness from TilVT to keep his back-to-back. But looks like the short surge is coming up from Gruber. Going to send a bunch of cheese to TilVT, and is going to have to break his back-to-back. Oh! And gets caught out of position at the top there, greeting a little bit too much for those all spins.
Yeah, that will be Gruber tying it back up once again, 5-5. This match is extremely close. Looks like Tilvit is just going to rest at the bottom of the board, so is Gruber. Now find a little bit of garbage going, but not too much, and yeah, both players just kind of chilling.
Gruber starting to get a little bit of back-to-back going. Reaches the threshold of 4, but I think he might have to break it soon. That's not a super ideal board to continue back-to-back. 19 spike from TilVT, but Gruber was more than ready, sending a 17 spike back.
Now Gruber looks for this creative S-spin and single into a T-spin setup. Nice, but
ooh, I love to see those.
Yeah, certainly, but now Tilvit with the big back-to-back breaks it. And is this enough pressure? And it looks like it will be. Tilvit taking it to match point first.
Gruber unfortunately hesitated just a little bit too long there. If they took the T-spin, they would have had a much better chance of surviving.
Both players with the same PC spin, PC clear, and one line going over to Gruber.
TilVT finds the better one. Gruber counting 3, very relatable.
Yeah, now Tilvit going to have to skim a little bit. Doesn't have great pieces actually. Is eventually going to be able to get through it. Now has to open up this well. Has to stack all the way up to do so. It's going to get caught a little bit, but does manage to find good pressure. Gruber misdrops. This could be it.
Oh no, that's so tragic. Gruber had a misdrop there and was able to find an all-spin out, but unfortunately misspun his Z piece and would have otherwise had a very beautiful resolution there. But that is going to be another game for Purdue. Now 23-22, extremely close. I think Lemon Tea is finally gonna get to go. I can see him in chat. He looks very excited to go.
Oh yes, Lemon Tea is going to be out there, but yeah, Tilvit getting the upset that Purdue desperately needed. This gives Lemon Tea a good chance here. If whichever player wins, that will be it for the school. So a very exciting game 5 for this match. RKY versus Lemon Tea, the two best players on both teams.
Lemon Tea is up against the strongest wizard of history, but as I've seen from some previous matches, Lemon Tea is the GOAT, so we'll see if he can upset here.
Yeah, and only about a 400 TR difference between the two. The one is X and the other is X+. And it could go either way. Lemon Tea has shown the ability to perform at the highest level, but RKY, one of the oldest best CTL players in the league, one of the most some of the most experienced, just hands, I guess. And yeah, now a lot of pressure onto RKY's board though.
Yeah, speaking of which, he is immediately in a bit of a bad position here. Doesn't quite find the Z-spin all-spin, and it's going to be topped up by Lemon Tea. Not quite the expected result. I think this is Lemon Tea being the GOAT again.
Yeah, but RKY just kind of had an unfortunate stack there. You know, just get out the nerves, get out the misdrops, and yeah, we'll hop into a good match.
Truly true. He's just getting all of those misdrops out of his systems right now. I do remember RKY being a bit of a misdroppy player, but he does have quite a lot of speed. So
yeah,
that's probably where it balances out.
With this T-spin triple, waiting for RKY to send, gets the perfect well and converts into a C-spin.
Beautiful, efficient gameplay from Lemon Tea here, finding the out-of-board copy 26 spike, and that's going to take out RKY with 200 APM!
On only 200 APM on only 2.6 PPS, that's extremely efficient gameplay. Actually, that is over 1 APP, straight up.
Well, this guy is the GOAT for real. Bro, what on earth?
Okay, now
looks like RKY is not happy about that, though. He is thundering back at 4 PPS with his upstack.
He's not really too worried though. Has a really clean stack, really safe. Isn't going to get caught out of position. Going to but is behind on back to back though. Already down 11-12. That's a nice combo spike to force RKY to break their surge, and that's going to be an even game state.
It is honestly seeming that RKY might be a little nervous right now. Actually, on second thought, he just pulled off a very good
wait.
Lemon Tea survived!
No fucking way! Holy...
What the heck?
What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, Lemon Tea, incredible 30 psych with the insane downstack survival there.
Oh my goodness.
RKY unable to punish. That was incredible.
Oh, yo, Lemon Tea living up to his name, and he's taking the lemons and making lemonade out of it, leaving quite a sour taste in RKY's mouth, I would say. What? This is crazy.
This is insane stuff. Lemon Tea getting a quick lead here. RKY, though, can definitely respond. Has the means and the ability to do so. A little bit of cheese the board, though, actually. Does get a really nice spin for the skim. It's going to be able to, it's going to be able to survive. Gets a couple good pieces.
Yeah, just incredible gameplay over here. This is nuts. I mean, Lemon Tea is just right now showing that he is so good at not staying in a vulnerable board state for too long, and almost always having access to his garbage. Right as I say that, though, he is messing up his board and blocking as well as RKY gets 14 back-to-back off.
It's 16
I don't think RKY is even going to need to break it.
Yeah, okay, that garbage here is just too much to deal with. RKY getting on the board, keeping it close. Still only a 1-point lead for Lemon Tea.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a Canadian, RKY is probably very familiar with being on thin ice and has no problem playing this way. Actually, never mind.
Lemon Tea with a quick pressure sequence to find RKY caught. Catching RKY at the top. RKY really needs to hunker down, find some good gameplay, but the misdrop is not going to prove a good fortune. Not going to bode well, but... Oh, and the...
Oh no, and RKY with another misdrop. So many misdrops from RKY. Lemon Tea has a 3-point lead right now. What am I looking at?
Kind of just slipping through RKY's fingers. RKY needs to calm down, find some better... Just like a more consistent gameplay, finds the stick spin opener. But this is great guard from Lemon Tea to work with. Gorgeous stack.
What huge spike
so much
from
pressure.
Lemon Tea. Just catching, and another big spike to follow. 249 APM from Lemon Tea. What?
He might be the GOAT. Holy
dude, what is going on? Lemon Tea is playing like a high X plus right now. What? No, seriously, what am I watching? What is this?
This is insane stuff.
And 25 spike from Lemon Tea again, catching RKY out of
already at match point.
Out of position. Match point? Is this gonna be the upset? Holy crap! Blue, please reopen the meme contest channel. I think players are gonna have a field day with this.
There's no way.
Oh
There's no
no!
way!
Another misdraw, and RKY tops out for the 7th time. What?
An incredible performance here from Lemon Tea, a 7-1 victory over RKY. That will be Purdue upsetting University of Toronto, and they will be in grand finals against UCLA.
That is an insane upset from Purdue. My goodness.
What just happened? That was
Right.
spectacular.
I now understand why Lemon Tea was just so raring to go all around. I think he probably woke up this morning, God blew him a kiss, and he's like, "You're gonna play some good ass Tetris today," and he was like, "All right, bet."
Oh, okay, yeah, Lemon Tea with... I watched Kabuzo Ply play a set today. I'm gonna say I think Lemon Tea played the best set today. Hands down. Like, just in terms of individual performance. That was sensational. That was... Yeah, just incredible stuff there. Purdue getting the upset. And they are now in contention for that #1 spot for this CTL season.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Lemon Tea just bring out the American patriotism, absolutely not knowing what a kilometer is.
Yeah, I'm...
Sorry.
yeah, but I don't really know what to say. Like, that was...
Yeah, that was really something.
That is up there for one of the greatest matches ever played in CTL's history. Probably.
Alright. We're going to be taking interviews now. Looks like we're going to be interviewing Cookie, the team captain from Purdue, I assume, as Cookie was the one drafting.
Yeah. Okay.
Can somebody drag him in? Wait,
Yeah.
what? Okay. Welcome, Cookie. You're on air.
Well, congratulations.
Okay. First of all, congratulations on a super well played game today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any comments on your GOAT Lemon Tea with the absolutely insane upset he pulled off?
Yeah, this might be the most insane thing I've ever seen in Tetrio. Like, did you guys see on round 6? He dropped a 500 versus round. Like, holy, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
500 versus?
Yes, bro.
That is like top player stats. I've only seen like Vince HD or whatever do that. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Lemon Tea might just become one of the Tetrio greats after this. Like, I don't know if that performance was like actually something else.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
that was seriously incredible. I mean, also I think just great stuff overall from your team though. Definitely. I mean, it was a shaky start, admittedly, but I think towards the end there, y'all played amazingly. Definitely, some of the best stuff we've ever seen. And I'm really great performance there. And yeah, I mean, how do you think the future is looking for y'all? We also have the grand finals match to play against UCLA.
Yeah. So I want to say to all the doubters, you guys are all wrong, because we're beating UCLA. Toronto's trash, and UCLA is trash as well. We're coming for you now.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Believe it, I guess.
Yeah, you guys did do so well.
No, we kind of got like super carried by Kev, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna beat Cabazon next week, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. If Lemon Tea can play like this against Cab, I would very much love to see that. That's going to be a very exciting match.
It's a fair trade. He carries you in CTL, and you carry him in Valorant.
Yeah. Super true.
The man himself is here, so let's hear a couple words.
Yo, what's good?
Hey, welcome in, Kev. How are you feeling after that match?
Wait, I actually popped off.
You did. You locked in harder than an iPhone that was locked after a 5-year-old got hold of it.
And I was not expecting that. I was like, okay, wait, it's 1-1. I just gotta lock in. But honestly, I think it was the tournament nerves as well. Like, I don't think I get that shaky when playing, but I don't know. It's unfortunate when it happens, though.
Oh yeah, that is pretty relatable. I definitely have my fingers shaking whenever I play in tournaments too.
Yeah,
but you seem to just have nerves of steel this game.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
mean,
can see
just
that.
towards the end there, I just like you had so much momentum on your side. I felt like you just kind of just kept going. You didn't stop. Arculag was, just couldn't really handle all that. Is there, I don't know, anything like you did in preparation that you felt like helped, or just something in the match that you kind of found within yourself?
Not really. Like, I guess I just had to be in the right mindset. Like, I've beaten top 50 players before, and then like I beat Gigawatt last year, and why not do the same thing now?
Yeah.
But that,
Yeah, I
in
remember
addition to
that
that,
match. That was very entertaining.
And like besides the mental side, like I also ran my hands in the hot water for a little bit before the match.
Oh, very good strategy, indeed.
Yeah, good to hear.
also-
Congratulations.
Also, like Cap, if you're listening to this, like we're gonna win. You guys are trash.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. I don't know. This is good trash talk. I look. I was kind of a doubter, but like I'm believing now. I'm believing. But
Yeah, you better. After what you just saw.
Alright,
yeah.
let's see. Caboozled is responding to you in chat. He says, okay, let's see it, in all caps.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that.
I will just
Yeah,
say,
what are you gonna do,
Caboozled,
huh?
of the players I watched today, I do think Lemon Tea was the most impressive. No offense, but yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
It's true though. I was so excited seeing your match.
Yeah, wait, me too, me too. I'll glaze myself just this one time.
No, absolutely, you deserve it. Yeah. You have I don't know. Any closing comments? I guess.
Oh yeah, like I couldn't have done this without my team, of course. Right. Thank you to them for working so hard, and thank you to all you guys. Like, I love like any commentary is better than no commentary, and I appreciate the effort you guys put in.
Of course, yeah. Happy to be here.
I guess that's it for me.
Yeah. Great to have y'all on.
All right. I don't think there's any interviewer and any interviewees coming from Toronto side. So
We just handed off to Blue, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Any closing comments?
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in to this super exciting match, everyone. Handing it off to Plu now.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. It's been great commentating today.
Hello everyone. Oh my goodness. I am very shook, is what I'll say. I was definitely not expecting that. And I think many people going into today's stream probably expected like another UCLA win and Uoft win, just like last week. But this Kev guy, not gonna lie, this Kev guy kind of goated.
Good. I'm
Well,
a
yeah.
Kev fan then.
Anyways, I'm here to do my job, which is read out the things on the thanks screen. So first, I'd like to shout out our UBC Esports sponsors, Drunk Beer, Sprung Studios, and Rogers. I would also like to shout out the organizers, Boat Hotel, Joey, Levani, Fizzle, Care H, Oars, myself, Trooper 4907, Macron. Special thanks to Osp, Oars, Zanix, Garbo, and another thanks to... Oh, fun fact is that Cyansyber, well, according to him, he's been commentating for 9 hours. Is this true?
Roughly. I mean, I had a small intermission between where I had to travel, but
my
yeah,
goodness.
pretty much.
This guy is single-handedly carrying our commentary. Well, not double-handedly today with Ethanol. Because Ethanol, we got him in like an hour late, but he is here as well. So thank you so much to both of these people for volunteering to commentate today. Yay! Anyways, another thanks to the other commentators, Bad Goblin, Big Joe, Cowbell, Showhopper, Zoe, Takuru, Lavani, ZenXD, Spherical, TGK, the Devo Tigger, Trooper 4907, and Ethanol, who you heard today. Oh my goodness. And thank you to the people who are watching, and also shout out to the teams. Shout out to... Oh my god, Lemon Tea! Wait! this is like a tangent, but Ethanol had two very good jokes to it. What was it? One was that do you remember your jokes?
Okay. There's lemon tea making lemonade out of lemons.
And then you're like, it's leaving
That's
a
very on
sour
brand.
taste and something something. That was a good one. And then I don't remember what
Thank
the
you.
second one was. That's okay. You'll be able to hear his jokes in the VOD, which will surely be uploaded in the near future, as we always make sure to do. Anyways, do you guys have any? Oh my God! Oops! And also watch the finals tomorrow, which will be we'll have the third place match between NYU and Uoft, and the finals between UCLA and Purdue. Oh my goodness, who could have expected this? I did not. Okay, now do you guys have any final words?
Thanks for having me here today. I think I definitely have a lot more fun commentating today.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty tired. My throat's a little cooked, but
Yes,
I mean,
oh my
I
God,
made
please rest.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Plu, for broadcasting today, and
Yes.
yeah, it's been a great time. I hope you tomorrow will be an enjoyable finals for y'all to watch, and yeah, there'll also be some very fun side events with the CTL weekly art and
Yes.
meme winners being announced.
Oh my God, yeah. If you haven't already, double check the weekly art and meme contest channels so you can fire react the art that you like. Because there have been some recent submissions, and I think they're fire, but everyone forgot about it. But here's my reminder, which is you should go check those channels now. Anyways, yes. Your deadline is the end of the day, because we'll need to prepare the stream to showcase that. Okay. And that's all from me.
Yeah, bye everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
See ya.